So here is my 1981 Oldsmobile 98 Regency. I picked this up last fall. Previous owner bought it in the mid-80s. It is a salvage title vehicle. They had it, was their summertime cruiser for many years, and about 14 years ago now it started running funny on him. And he pretty much fired the parts cannon at it. He did a whole bunch of stuff. He did say he had some head gasket issues. He had a broken head bolt. He was getting some bubbles in the coolant, and so he replaced the head bolt, stopped the bubbles in the coolant, but it wasn't running right. So he had a source that had some new old stock parts. So he put all 8 brand new fuel injectors in it, new old stock, didn't fix it. And he put new the lift pump in it, the actual fuel pump down here on the side of the block. He put that in new, and that didn't fix it. He put new fuel filter in it, still didn't run right. So then he had a friend of his rebuild the injection pump. Basically what they did was just some seals in it. They didn't actually do any hard part rebuilding, but they just threw a kit in it and put it together, and according to his story, they got it back in there and it ran for a little bit and made a loud crunch noise and then started smoking really bad. So he put the car away, put it in the garage, said, well, eventually I'm just going to swap the engine, and because he had a new old stock engine, 1981 Olds diesel, to go in it, and he was going to swap it. Never got around to it, and I found it on Facebook Marketplace for a good price, so I went and snagged it up. And I didn't really think that it was a bad engine, so I did some investigating on it and looked around. I know absolutely nothing about these Oldsmobile diesels until this car, and did some looking around, found a couple groups and some online forums with some information, and pretty much did some troubleshooting. Realized that that engine is fine. I did a compression test on it. All 8 cylinders at 400 psi. One cylinder was 420, so all compression was all good there. I did tear the injection pump apart and found that injection pump, they actually had the internals 180 degrees off. So think of like an old small block Chevy. You get that distributor in there 180 off. It will run, but it will run like garbage. I did get it to run after I bought it, but it smoked like mad. Ran really, really terrible. Wouldn't really idle. It was very, very bad. But I was determined. I knew there was something wrong there with his diagnostics, and here we are today. It took me a little while to get some time to get to it, but got the injection pump back together, got the system all bled. I've been working on it here a couple days now. Just decided to actually put a video up of it, and pretty much to the point now where I believe that the engine is good, the injection pump is good, the injectors are good. I think I did have a sticky injector that's kind of working its way out. Can of seafoam helped with that. Now, mind you, it is running on probably every bit of 14, if not 15-year-old diesel fuel, but it does run pretty decent. And I think where we're at now is we have a leak in the supply fuel line. It's sucking air in there. After it runs for a bit, it'll stall itself out, sucking on air, and you can actually see air by cracking the fuel line at the fuel filter. You can see air is coming out. I bleed that out and it'll run again. So we got a fuel supply issue. I'm not dropping the tank, pulling that out, checking the sending unit, and probably doing some repairs there, checking all the lines all the way up to the engine, making sure everything's good. And I think we're going to have a cruiser. But yeah, anyway, 1981 Olds 98 Regency. We'll get a little tour of the inside here. It is very, very clean. The car's got 104,000 miles on it. Power windows, power locks. In here, it's got Twilight Sentinel. It's got the full gauge package on the bottom here. Steering wheel's in pretty decent shape. It's starting to peel up here a little bit, and there is one little crack right there, unfortunately, but that's what it is. We got the AM/FM stereo 8-track player. I don't know if the 8-track works. I haven't seen an 8-track in many, many years. The clock actually does work. I was very surprised to see that. Was pretty happy. The heater works. This is an AC car. That broken head bolt that I talked about earlier, the one that he found, was actually apparently a bolt that holds the AC bracket in. And so I'm going to have to get a new one of those and get this AC charged up, because a black on black car is going to be needing AC in the summertime. This is going to be a summertime cruiser. So the passenger seat the door panel is very good. Passenger seat's very good. Well, we'll fire it up here. Still got a little bit of a mist to it. Still got a little bit of air in the system. Open up the back here. Back is very clean as well. There you go. That mist is starting to go away now. Running pretty smooth. I mean, it's definitely light years ahead of where it was when I first got it back in November last year. Got to get the fuel tank pulled yet. Trunk latch does not work. I got to get that fixed yet. But yeah, there's the AC compressor and the lines, and spare tire back in there. Very, very clean car overall. Like I said, it was a salvage title. This right rear quarter right here was replaced back in the 80s. You can very, very faintly see some lines where the bodywork was done. Inside the trunk panel there, you can actually see some of the welds that were done, but I mean, I think it was a very good job. I mean, it's held up for 30 some odd years now. All four doors are very, very clean. The power windows, power locks. Just absolutely very, very clean car. Doors all shut, very solid. Even underneath this car is ridiculously clean for a 1981. Let's see if I can get... I don't know how good you're going to be able to see. Just some minor surface rust on a couple parts, but overall, very clean. So, we'll shut this off now. I don't know how much content I'm going to put out about this. If you guys want some more videos, let me know. Maybe I'll put a couple more out and try to actually improve some content with it. Make some nice videos. But yeah, there we go. Let me know what you guys think.